Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/JustNoMil. In today's episode, I ended my engagement because I lurked JustNoMil long enough to know what was going to happen if I didn't. My MIL broke my heart so much. How to deal with pushy MIL around holidays. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. I ended my engagement because I lurked JustNoMil long enough to know what was going to happen if I didn't. I ended up terminating my engagement with the person I fully planned on spending my life with, all because if I stayed with him, I'd have ended up posting on here daily. Some things his mother did that he defended/ignored/supported. Insulted me to my face, from my weight to my intelligence. Took my fiance's ex out for monthly dinners where they'd gossip about me and post nasty rumors on a joint Twitter account dedicated to airing out details of my private life, my miscarriage, my dad cheating on my mom. Told my fiancée that if we ever have a child she'll dismiss it as a mistake. Told my fiancée it's me or her. Slammed my hand in a car door and started crying when I screamed because it scared her. She then made me apologize for upsetting her. Pretended to take me out for a birthday dinner to try to connect and make amends, only to stiff me with a $270 dinner bill because I should always pay for she and my future father-in-law, out of respect. She mentally and emotionally abused my ex his whole life, so I understand why he took her side and refused to defend me. His dad died when he was 6, so she kind of used him as an emotional spousal replacement. I tried for a year to get him to go to therapy, in hopes of opening his eyes to her disgusting behavior, but he thought that agreeing to therapy would be disrespecting his mom. We ended things, and to my knowledge he hasn't dated anyone since. So yeah. When you sign up for an LTR, you sign up for their family too. Make sure that's what you want to resign yourself to. My thoughts are with those of you who have to deal with people like her continuously. I hit my breaking point. Sounds like you made the right decision. Well done for respecting yourself and your own happiness. It would only have led to you resenting your so in the end, so you've saved yourself years of heartbreak. Massive well done. Slammed my hand in a car door and started crying when I screamed because it scared her. She then made me apologize for upsetting her. This is some textbook predator thing right there. Injure you and yell in pain to distract the narrative. Narcissism 101. Don't merely blame the victim, but create that victim in the first place, then cry persecution when called on it. Wow. That huge dinner bill is a new one on me. It was your birthday. Who in the hell pays for dinner on their birthday? I think I would have said I left my wallet at home. What a toxic piece of work. Just goes to show people like that damage everything and everyone around them, starting with her own son. I hope you told your ex every detail of why you're leaving him. Maybe when he wakes up alone at age 50 he'll figure out that she stole his life with her manipulative shit. Good on you for having the guts to do the hard thing. I'm proud of you for respecting yourself. You will be amazed by how much more love you were capable of giving and experiencing when you get with the right person after this. I'm glad you left that toxic relationship and freed yourself. A lot of people need to take this post to heart. Not just the women on here, but the men too. It's okay to end a toxic and abusive relationship. You never have to settle and think this is okay. You deserve so much better, and you don't need to view ending a relationship or marriage as a failure because it's not. You deserve to be happy, you deserve to be safe, and you deserve to be loved. By Cthulhu, I would love to upvote this post infinite and beyond. Wait. She thought that you should always pay for her and FFIL, but your BF/FDH always made you split anything you paid for 50/50ths? Yes, I read your post history. I sure hope he helped you pay for that dinner. Glad you hightailed it out of that relationship. Every number on that list is upsetting as hell, but I am particularly disturbed by the joint Twitter account bashing you. That's a new one. Just wow. Wishing you the best on your future adventures. My Mael broke my heart so much. Last year, lost my mom to COVID, and I had already lost my dad when I was 2. She called my sister just 1 week after my mom died to ask if we wanted a baby, and we used protection. She thinks having a baby is the solution to grief. I have never faced her about this and just ignored. 3 months later, we visited the city my MIL and FIL are living. I was crying all the time, grieving, and barely could stand with benzos. This is the list of things she told me during that visit, and I do not want to see her again. She asked me if I was jealous of my husband because he still has his father and mother. She said I was overreacting, and it was the first time she has seen someone this much crying. She said his son also tolerates my grief with me. She said she also lost her mom, and she compared me grief over hers. She lost her mom at 55 and her mom was 85. I lost my mom at 30 and my dad at 2. She always felt sorry for her daughters, that they were single and what they were gonna do when she died. Her daughters are more than 40 and my dad died much younger than them. What can I do to deal with such a weirdo? Thanks. You are a terrible person and I never want to see you again. That was my thought process. But now I feel uncomfortable, I don't know why. Having someone you hate in your life is a kind of burden. Yep. This is the way. Let him deal with her nonsense. Ignore. Gray rock. She doesn't care about your feelings, so please don't show them to her. Save your 100% valid feelings and grief for your trusted close people who do care about you. You are so insensitive and so out of line. Leave me alone. I'm leaving. Don't visit her and ban her from your home. She's off her head. The jealous of because he still has his parents. WTF kind of pickle-brained moron imagines that? It's insane. I am so sorry for your loss. I, too, lost my wonderful mother when I was young. Next year will be 30 years ago, and there are still occasionally moments that the pain of her not being here is almost unbearable. I am horrified that anyone could be so incredibly callous and cruel to think it is a loss that you can just get over in a matter of weeks, much less say so to your face. You are not overreacting. If my MIL had said any such thing to me, I'd have cut her out of my life forever. I am very sorry your lost life is not fair. I don't want to talk to her again, but not talking to her is a kind of burden for me. I feel quite confused. I just lost my dad last month. I'm still a zombie. Technically speaking, I still have my mom, but she has medical issues and she is not the mom I knew. TBH, I would have P*** this female. Cut her from your life. She's not worth it. Tell your husband. If he allows this kind of disrespect, take a moment, a deep breath, and go away for a weekend. Turn off the phone and just grieve. If, for whatever reason, she shows up in your life, walk away. Call the police, keep her away from you. She's a narcissistic witch. Hugs from an internet stranger. Same situation. I lost my dad a few years ago and my mom had a really bad stroke during COVID. She can't talk and is like a different person. I feel like I have no parents. It's rough. Are you opposed to just hitting her with a brick? Dead. I'm dying at this comment, but it's pretty much the answer. Give her a high five. In the face. With a brick. She wasn't kidding. She is just an evil old prune. You really don't have to deal with her at all. Tell her so that you are not going to, and then just don't. Having a baby doesn't solve grief, the only thing that helps is to heal in your own way and in your own time, which is completely different for everyone. A baby would just compound what you are going through. You will know when and if you are ready. I am very sorry for your loss. How to deal with pushy MIL around holidays. Hi everyone. First, this isn't technically my mill, but my boyfriend's mom. We've been in a relationship for about a year. She is an extremely kind person, very nice and warm, but pushy. And pushy about everything. Think very mama bear, can't let her kids be adults type. She constantly wants to rope us into family activities. For instance, she considers going to dinner adult things, but I want to do family things like sledding. She is very active and whenever we visit is constantly wanting me to do this thing and that thing with her, making plans for the future. It's a very tiring experience. And she wants photos taken constantly. Some background to help. I am divorced, and this is my first relationship after that event. My divorce was traumatic for me, and going slowly in this relationship has been really important to me. The moment we met, she got my number and began texting me. She was constantly trying to make plans. She even had me in a group chat with my boyfriend's sister, planning things with her and I. I tried for a long time to politely draw boundaries, until I finally had to ask my boyfriend to please have her stop texting me so much, which is a very awkward experience. She said she wants to be close to me, but because of her eagerness, I have honestly wanted little to do with her. Sad, I know. Lastly, we live nearly 2 hours from them and my boyfriend works nearly around the clock, including most weekends. She doesn't seem to understand how busy he is. I'm new to the area, and she also can't seem to understand why I want to continue to explore the area any chance I get instead of visiting them. She has mentioned multiple times, we would love you to come stay every free weekend you have. My boyfriend and I are still hoping we might be able to fly to my parents for Christmas, and her response was, "But I wanted you guys for Christmas." As the holiday plans get started, I'm already dreading them. This is my first holiday fully divorced, and I wanted to be excited, but the idea of spending them with his pushy mother is very anxiety-provoking for me. I'm a very laid-back person, so it's really an issue of conflicting personalities. She wants us to stay overnight, Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve/Christmas, and I don't want that. Sadly, I see the battle lines already being drawn up and fear I might have to give in because of the position I'll end up putting my boyfriend in. I want to be happy with her and restart our relationship in a sense, but I can't get over how off-putting she's been and the burnout I feel. Any advice for how to manage the holidays with pushy mother-in-laws would be so appreciated, Whiteheart. Sadly, I see the battle lines already being drawn up and fear I might have to give in because of the position I'll end up putting my boyfriend in. No. Do not give in. You are not putting him in a tough spot, he is. If you let her steamroll over you now, this controlling behavior of hers will never end. Decide with your boyfriend what the two of you want to do about the holidays, and then have him inform his mother. Not discuss it with her, not entertain arguments from her over it, inform her. If she is impossible about it, then reduce the amount of time you spend with her until she can behave herself. This is the only way through this that doesn't involve her telling you what you are going to do with your time and energy for the rest of the time she is on Earth. Remember, you two have all the power here. She can pitch a fit, but unless she is paying for your lives in some way, she cannot make you do what she wants if you don't want to do it. If she is paying your way in life and using that as leverage, then it's time to get on that and get out from under her thumb. Holidays are one of the true litmus tests for parents of adult offspring, especially if this offspring have SOs/spouses. Of course, any parent would love to have all of their children/SOs/grandchildren gather with them for every holiday. The thing is, the sane and emotionally mature parents know that it is not realistic or reasonable to expect that to happen. The sane parent actually supports their adult offspring to balance their holiday schedules to make sure both sides of their extended family are treated equitably. They also understand that sometimes their adult offspring may want to spend a holiday with just their immediate family/household. It's very concerning that your so seems afraid to tell his mother that she can't demand every holiday. If you and so decide to spend one of the holidays other than at Mael's house, you may not find that she's not a very kind person after all. Bottom line, this is your first holiday season after a divorce. If you want to spend some, or all, of it with your family, you should do so without hesitation. Let So decide for himself whether to join you for any of it. He should make the decision based on what's best for him, but if he's basing his decisions entirely off of trying to avoid dealing with Mael's tantrums, then that is a giant red flag. Mael, I appreciate that you've been welcoming to me, but I'm overwhelmed. I'll visit with BF, but I'm not up for girls' events or visiting on my own. I prefer to sleep in my own bed. That doesn't work for me. These are our plans. Don't ask. Tell. It's not a negotiation. I get why you're put off. It seems like she wants to force an intimacy that's at least as much about control as actual affection. It's not right that she should get both Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's where she really loses any sympathy from me and her, but I want makes her seem like a 5-year-old. I don't think you should give in on both holidays. It's wrong in terms of your parents, for one thing, and wrong in other ways. It's also just a bad way to begin with her. It doesn't sound like getting her way on this holiday is going to make her one iota more willing to compromise on future holidays. Your boyfriend's always going to be put in an awkward position, but he's a grown-up in a supposedly committed relationship, and he should be willing to take a stand and do what's right. Here's a step-by-step guide. 1. Make your holiday plans with So. Discuss amongst yourselves what you want to do, and make a decision. 2. RSVP to holiday invitations from others with yes, or we have other plans that date, depending on what you have already decided with your So. 3. When responding to holiday invitations, be pleasant. Thank you for the invitation. We are not available, date, but how about lunch on, other date when you're available? 4. Last but not least, you have no duty to jade, justify, argue, defend, explain your holiday plans to anyone but your So. Don't fight about your plans with Mil or anyone, and don't entertain guilt trips. Passive-aggressive comments should be ignored. If you invite FMIL for Christmas Eve because you don't want her ruining your Christmas Day, and she says she won't go because it's not the holiday, just say, you'll be missed. Maybe next year. Good luck. No is a complete statement. No. I have plans to see my family, thank you but no thank you. You are not responsible for her feelings or how she responds. This is your life and you control it. Not her. Do not make plans to stay. Go to your family, either with your boyfriend or alone. Or the two of you stay together and begin your own holiday traditions. But if you are already dreading it, just don't do it. Setting and maintaining good boundaries now will make everything easier in the future, and it will also increase the chances that you'll be able to stand her and maybe even have a closer relationship later. If she pushes her way in and overwhelms and irritates you now, you're never going to have a good relationship with her. She sounds like she has an anxious attachment style. You might do some reading around attachment styles and pick up some good tips. Be strong and do what's right for you. Don't cave. If someone tells you that having healthy boundaries is a disadvantage for your boyfriend, they're absolutely wrong. Healthy boundaries are a good thing for everyone, and the only people who dislike them are controlling, toxic, and/or enmeshed. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.